What's going on, guys? Stock Easy here, and I'm finally back. Apologize for my absence, but in the wake of current events, I haven't been one of those types of people that felt comfortable continuing on with everything as normal and making content, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. I just, for myself, I felt a little bit removed from what I've been doing in my daily routines, weekly routines, monthly routines, and I needed to step back for a moment and kind of assess what I was going to do. As you guys know, I live in New York City, and right now that's a bit of a hot spot for the current outbreak of COVID-19 that's going on. There's actually been a couple confirmed cases in my building. So I, with a few friends, decided to flee, and we are staying in the woods upstate, completely removing ourselves and practicing some social distancing. While I am a street photographer and my gut is telling me to document the streets of New York City, I also don't want to do that as someone that has a bit of a micro influence in social media on YouTube and Instagram, because I do feel like it is a bit irresponsible to encourage other people to go outside and shoot. If one person thinks it's okay to ride a bike, then you can't tell a million people that it's not okay to ride a bike. And we really need to be practicing social distancing right now and staying in our homes. Hopefully we can get through this a lot faster than what it's projected to look like, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm just talking my piece right now, and as a street photographer, I feel pretty weird if I was encouraging people to go outside and shoot during these times, because while it might not affect you, it will affect your loved ones, and it will affect our world for years and years to come. With that said, I've only managed to bring a couple of things up here that felt like necessities. I didn't pack much clothes. I brought my laptop. I brought one camera with me, and that is my Leica QP. I left everything else at home. I brought a few hard drives with some archives on it, some old content, some old videos, and I actually managed to grab a cinema camera to bring up here because we're in a very beautiful part of the woods. So maybe I'll film some things. Part of the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I'm actually reaching out to you with some ideas for content. I'm going to start releasing videos hopefully every Sunday and Wednesday, because I do realize that we all need a little bit of entertainment, and I actually need something to do so that I don't lose my mind. So every Sunday and every Wednesday, I believe is what I have set in my calendar, I'm gonna film something new for you. I'll either release something old or I'll try to make some new content. As what that content will be, that is to be determined. So I'm looking forward to talking to you guys in the comment section. If you have any ideas, just please write them below. And I'll start working on some cool things. Maybe I'll start doing some tutorials, some of the things that I never got to because I'd rather spend my time in the streets. But now that I have my computer here, it makes more sense to dive in to the way that I possibly edit my photos. I don't think it's anything special, but if you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. Hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, and I'll make some processing tutorials. With that said, here's a video that I hadn't released yet. I didn't know if I was going to release it, but during this time I had finished editing a bunch of things that were kind of half edited. I think enough time has passed now, so here's an hour-long video of me and Samuel completely shitting on our photos from our one block blender. I was going to release this shortly after, but I felt like you guys seeing these photos and us talking about it was a little bit too fresh. And if you've never seen the one block blender with me and Samuel, you can watch this and you can go back and watch it and watch us fail miserably. But we stayed true to the craft, and you know, some days are just not good days in the streets. So anyway, I hope you guys are being safe out there. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's been so long. Oh, also, I plan on doing some live streams on Instagram and talking about some photography, maybe show you guys some of the stuff I have on these hard drives that I brought with me. I brought quite a few. It's a couple terabytes worth of hard drives. So anyway, yeah, let's get creative. I want to know what you guys think about live streams. I want to know what you think about quarantine videos. We'll do some fun stuff, but we've got some time, so let's catch up. Peace.
I started. It's done. Mine has 70%. 70?
Fuck this channel, I unsubscribe.
What the fuck is going on? Okay.
You will never get to 10K.
This is bullshit. What am I? Okay, I should download a recorder, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll do.
I don't know. All right. Clapping on again. I already did the introduction. Obviously, we had a couple of I already did the introduction. Honestly, we had a couple of issues here, but we are back. We figured out why the screen recorder wasn't working, and it was a 7K problem, not a 41K problem.
That's why you have 7K subscribers.
All right, so we're gonna get into this. This is my first photograph. We went and sat at a diner when we loaded our cameras the first time, right? And this is, yeah, obviously I overloaded the film. And
We don't need to talk about them.
I feel like it's worth it because, you know, this is a common mistake, right? This is the first frame. I probably could have loaded it a little more effectively didn't blow the load and got an extra shot out of it. But no, I shot it when it was already fully loaded. So this is a little mistake, and this is a common mistake. And let me tell you guys why, because Sam did it too.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be safe, so you take maybe one too much.
Yeah, fair. And then we finally got to our location, and this was my first photograph. As you probably already seen in the video, I was kind of frantic. I couldn't find anything, so I started looking.
At least you found a subject.
I found a subject. Yeah, it was very, very difficult to find people over there.
Yeah, I mean, how can you shoot 36 exposures in 20 minutes?
It's impossible. It's not impossible, but
yeah, but it has to be like a scene that is so amazing that you have to like constantly shoot.
Absolutely, and it wasn't one of those scenes. It wasn't that rich with people. It was very touristy at the time we were there, and it was actually not as busy as you would expect that to be.
Yeah, and it's probably not the best place to have so much fun.
Yeah, I didn't have fun. I was being very respectful at the One World Trade Center.
Just saying, because there will probably be comments about it.
Fair, people will say something, but the reality is that everybody goes down there to take photos too. So
you gave respect first.
We were being very respectful. So yeah, this is my first frame. This guy had an interesting face. It's blurry for some odd reason. Maybe I didn't have my shutter speed set to 500. Normally when I'm shooting street, my hip wasn't steady. Yeah. Well, normally when I shoot street photography, I usually will set the camera at 500 shutter speed, and then I'll let the camera figure out whatever else.
I like the composition that he is in the golden ratio.
It's not a keeper for me, so I'm gonna keep going. This is Sam's first photo.
I mean, we already said that they all suck, so what more can we say?
Is there anything you want to say about this? This is a nice line. At least you put some consideration in this.
I started with just an easy wide shot showing the scene. I didn't really put any thoughts behind it. It was just like, oh, here's the water, here are the people, and then the trees, and just to get it to start rolling.
Okay. All right, so we'll keep going. This was a misfire. I was actually trying to isolate him and lift the camera above him, looking down into the void a little bit there. And then, well, I'll talk about it in a second, but that was a misfire. Yeah, it's a throwaway. Huh?
That was not a misfire, but I don't know what happened here.
This could be a little hip firing.
No, this is art. This is artsy.
You're like, I wanted them in the bottom right corner.
No, I think I was.
I kind of like this.
No, I think I wanted just the couple, and I think there was one more person. But I think I was too fast. You know, I was running, and then no.
Is there you couldn't no portrait like style? Or
I think I wanted them in the center, and then I pussied out.
Happened. Yeah. Fair, that happens. And then this is also a throwaway because I fired again by mistake in the video. People will hear me say that. I was like, fuck, I just hit the button. And then I was like, damn it, I hit it again. Because it was so cold outside and our hands were numb.
Yeah.
When I put the camera up, I had my gloves on and I kept hitting the shutter by mistake. So I had two wasted frames here. I'm gonna keep going. That's very pretty.
Yeah, I mean, what other options did we have? Like people, the monument. That's it. And
yeah, this is strange. I really like what's going on up here, though. This is like really like this pattern that it's creating is so cool with the water gathering there. I don't know.
If you say so.
No, I just like that would have been a cool like frame because you can obviously see that like the shutter was being dragged here, you know. And on film, it's like you rarely see that kind of thing, so it's kind of cool.
I don't really remember why I took this. Maybe just to have something different.
Well, I mean, you clearly liked this.
Yeah, probably.
This element down here. So it's cool. Yeah, I have a photo like this. Let's see. This is my buddy I met out there. I found another subject. I know, right? It is so sharp. Should we? Should we zoom in? I don't want this app to crash, but yeah, look at that beard.
So
Grizzly,
did you shoot wide open for this?
I did not, because it was so bright out there. So this was probably shot at about 5.6 or 8 or something like that. Cause
this was a portrait you asked him for?
I had saw him earlier when we had before we actually started. I saw him there, and I was like, oh, if I see that guy, I'm gonna get a portrait of him. And he had disappeared by the time we started, so I was kind of looking for him. And then we ran into each other, and I was like, I need to get. This is the most interesting thing that was happening there, was this white beard with the kind of orange to red glasses. So I tried to like shoot him up against the trees.
It's Santa in disguise.
It's Santa in disguise. Yeah, definitely. And you can see I tried to clean up the background a little bit here. So he was tall. He was like 6'4". So gave him my best shot. Get him away from the crowds of people.
Yeah, I really like the colors. Like in general, the colors were so nice.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
The orange leaves.
Yeah.
But
go.
Yeah. I don't really want to comment on the pictures.
So we kind of got a glance at each other's photos already, and so in this space, my photos are going to deteriorate in a second. They're really bad, but we still had to finish the roll, obviously. If you guys watched the video, you saw that. And Sam's photos at the end of the roll, I just wanted it to be done. My photos are pretty bad, but I saw some of yours, and they were much better than mine at the end of the roll.
Yeah, I want to see them too.
Yeah, we're going to see. We're getting there. Okay, so do you want to say anything else about this?
No.
Let's just keep going. No. Okay, so I took 2 portraits of him, and as you can see in this one, I didn't see this person in the bottom right corner here. That's the problem when you're shooting with the Leica, the 28. The lens hood actually blocks off a corner of the camera. I don't want to shoot without the lens hood, but I didn't see this person there in the bottom. Normally I would try to crop.
Yeah, but I like that you kept going and took another shot.
Yeah.
Because most people, they take a portrait and then they're done.
Yeah.
But if they already say yeah or agree,
then you got their time.
Yeah.
And people are usually pretty flattered. He was flattered. He was all about it, and they don't say no to the second frame. And I have learned to always take 2 or 3 if you can.
Yeah.
If people are okay with it, just keep saying one more, and then you'll get one that's a little bit better. And this photo is much better than the first, right? So take 2.
Yeah, I like that one also. A little bit better. What is this? The shutter speed must be too slow. Yeah, the thing is, it's my mistake because I was lazy. I was shooting in aperture priority, even though for this spot I could have just measured the light, the right exposure, and then set it to manual. But I was lazy, and I think I was pointing my camera down. So it was exposing for the ground, it was dark, and then I was quickly doing this, and I was probably not keeping up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got a ton of these frames.
And it's not even an interesting moment.
What is this here?
It looks like a hair.
That's like an eyelash on your lens or in your camera.
No, this is from scanning probably.
You think so? Oh yeah, that would make more sense. That would make a lot more sense, yeah. Okay. It's kind of cool.
Intention.
What the fuck is this? This lady down here. Oops.
Relax.
No, let's move on.
Yeah.
This lady here, I was trying to go for her, and my hands.
Going for the old ladies.
I was going for the old lady. She was like, I mean, look at her face. If I would have lined this up better, my hands were so cold. I think I misfired. Every bad photo, I kind of misfired. So just so you guys know. This is cool.
No, but I missed the moment. You probably saw it in the POV video. Yeah, of course she was taking a selfie, but kind of liked her being on top of that brick cube. But then she stopped and moved away, and that was when I took the photo. So yeah, I think you hear me swearing in the video.
Are you shooting at like f11 here? Because it was pretty bright out there. You're getting a lot of motion.
I was around f8. Yeah, probably f8 or 11.
Gotcha.
I think because this is in the shadow, I was probably at f8.
Gotcha. Okay.
But also I have a bad habit when shooting film. I'm too fast with movements. I need to
slow down.
Yeah, slow down more.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah, I know.
What do we got here?
I'm still learning. This is all practice.
Amateur. This is amateur. I got nothing to say about this frame.
But I like the lens flare and the shadows.
Yeah, I was trying to catch the shadows, but I shot this really fast. I got excited because there was a large grouping of people, and what I saw on the floor isn't what I captured. There was some really nice spacing, and with film, I'm trying to anticipate what's about to happen. So I was anticipating some separation here, but like as you can see, and the shadows didn't separate; they got clumped up together. So that was a miss on my part. It's nice.
It's nice. It's like a postcard scene.
The exposure's perfect. That's nice.
It's a priority. It's not me, it's the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, and why is it crooked? Why is it not?
The ground was crooked there.
Yeah, you're right.
Keep going. This obviously I got a little bit of a lens flare here. Yeah, it's weird that this happened. This would have been nice if it was really crispy, but I waited for this guy, as you guys saw in the video. I waited for him to turn around, and he was super nice about it. He looked at me and he's like, "What?" I thought he was gonna be angry, and then he was like, "Yeah, get out of here." It was a good moment.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a good moment. So it's one of the better ones. If it didn't look so blown out and lens flare.
I didn't even consider him.
No. Yeah.
No, I did, but I was waiting for something to happen. Like, at least he looked into your camera.
It took a while. I was sitting on the floor staring at him for a long time, and people kept walking in on both sides of the frame. So I couldn't get it clean. Yeah. So I had to wait until he kept moving, and then finally he sensed that I was there.
There will be two of this moment. At that point I was checking my time, my timer, and I was freaking out a bit. Oh shit! I gotta get going. So I was just shooting like people taking selfies, and this is not even the right moment.
Yeah. At some point, I feel like you can see where we like tried to rush and get through the roll, because I just started shooting everything, and I still couldn't finish the roll. So shit happens.
This is yours?
Yeah, that's mine. Something similar to what you had shot. I saw the rose there, and I was like, "Oh, that's beautiful." So I gave it a shot. And,
why not?
If I was a tourist, I'd be happy to hang this.
Yeah.
Like my New York trip, I'd be totally happy to hang it. So. Oh.
Yeah.
So now this is art.
Yeah, this is totally intentional. No, the thing is, as you said before, it was so cold that our fingers, they were basically dead. No sensation. So what happened was I accidentally pushed my exposure compensation to +2, and then I was like, "Oh shit, what happened?" And I couldn't feel it. And I think when I took this photo, this was the moment where I was, instead of taking the photo, I was pressing my exposure compensation. So my camera was like shaking. And also the GoPro, when it's on my camera, it blocks a little bit the shutter dial and the advanced level.
Oh, that's annoying.
And then, I don't know. My fingers were just cold. So.
Yeah, you'll hear me complain about how cold it was in the video a ton. Like I was complaining the entire time how icy it was outside, and I had gloves on, and Sam had no gloves on. So I don't know how you were doing that, dude. It was rough.
You see how I did it?
Yeah, he was shaking. Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I saw her there.
Portrait going on.
I'm in the frame. I make an appearance. Yes, that's me. So you can see the shadows are pushing in this direction here. Yeah, I saw her in this brown jacket, and the light was hitting really nicely. And that was one thing I liked about the area, is that even though the photos are shit, the light is so obviously gorgeous in this space. And I was trying to isolate people more and more, and I tried with her. And it was cool. She had a moment alone by herself there, so I tried to get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had to do it.
There you go. That's nice. Look at the lines going.
See, I was so in rush that I didn't even step into the out of the reflection.
You put your face half in the reflection.
Maybe I should have said that this is intentional.
Yeah, I love it because it's like artsy, but then there's a GoPro.
That's it.
What the? Sorry.
You got your screen time.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, is it yours? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it going. We don't gotta spend time on these terrible photos.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
No, let's talk about this. If you want to go, we can keep it going. You know, it's funny looking back at these now that I'm seeing this up here in this area. This is a photograph in some way. You know what I mean? You get close enough to somebody with all those exit reflections.
At the end, I was waiting at the exit. But there was a security guard standing inside. I was already like looking suspicious with my hood on. And, I waited for 3 or 4 guys and then I left.
Yeah, this is something kind of cool with all this going crazy here.
Shit, you're right.
Yeah. But in that moment, it's when you're looking so hard for something, I find it very difficult for me. I like to photograph when things are happening. It's so difficult to like actually go, let me go create something out of nothing. With a wide angle lens, especially. If you had a 50 in this situation, or maybe like, you know, a 80, then you can get really abstract and create whatever you want. But with a 28, you really are waiting for moments. You can't just, so it's hard.
It's hard.
This is a hip shot for sure. I saw these women blocking their face and it happened right in front of me. So like, I wanted to get their hands over their faces, but it just didn't happen. And obviously I didn't check.
You know what? This actually fits the place. Because why do they look up? Because the World Trade Centers aren't there anymore. But maybe this is how people looked up when it happened, you know. So
that's what I was thinking about. That's funny. I kept seeing her with the red umbrella, and I wanted to get her so bad, but I couldn't get her alone.
I think I was waiting for some gestures, and I don't remember what they were doing, but something with the hands. And he was taking off his gloves, I think. Yeah. But I was so impatient that I just shot the wrong moment. Also, the guy behind the umbrella is totally distracting.
I think this woman in the center is more distracting with the red coat. But I actually like. I think she was just his hand. She was part of the group.
I remember it now. She was part of the group, so I wanted 3 of them in the frame. But
I love the gloves. I would love a close up of him with one glove halfway off. You know, it's kind of cool. Yeah. All right. Another shot and a miss. Yeah.
Grandpa is coming for you.
He's got a nice style. I dig the hat. And you know what they say. You see a man in a hat, shoot him.
What?
Yeah. Next.
This is the kind of composition that I like, but the stuff that is in the frame is not what I wanted.
The tree? It's good though.
No, I would love to for the more action with the couple, and then the person taking the photo is obviously part of that, but we don't even see her really. And I don't know. It's just I saw the girl and I was like, oh, I can use her to put her in the foreground to create some layers. But then it wasn't again the right time. And like you said, we look for moments when we shoot 28. And there was no time, man.
There's no time. It's funny. When I'm looking at this, there's moments where you think about certain photographers and you have to consider their height. Do you think about that when you shoot? Your perspective? You know what I mean? Like it's clear whoever took this photo is tall, right?
I
Do you think about those things?
If it's distracting, the height. If it like for this example, I mean, I don't want to praise this photo, but you can see like a triangle. You know, if it's
like here.
Yeah, like a little bit.
Yeah. 3. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So if I go lower,
then you lose that.
I think sometimes it's fine to have the point of view the height of your eyes.
Gotcha.
Because then it looks more realistic, like you saw it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think about that. I like to shoot low because I love the drama that it adds to the frame, whereas this makes it feel more lifelike. Right?
Yeah, I mean, both. I like both. You know, with my GR, I don't always shoot eye level. I sometimes shoot low. But on film, I'm also too lazy to always crouch down. Like, yeah.
Yes, I'm very lazy to crouch down. I hate it. I feel like I have back problems every time I do it. If I were to do this all day long, it'd be a problem. But you know,
and I hate this pose. You know, like this.
Yeah.
I go like this. You know, or I just shoot full.
Yeah. You can't do it that way. Well, you know what a lot of people would say? They'd say get an X Pro 3. All right.
Okay.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I shoot like a. This is terrible. I just saw these people lined up, all taking a photo, and I thought it was a cool moment. So there's a direct line going straight through the frame. I should have stepped over just a little bit to the left here, and then I could have connected all of them. But I got sloppy and left a gap there. So moving on. Wow.
Why is this out of focus? I didn't even name
it was moving. It's fast.
The tree was growing fast. Well, that's weird. I might have. Maybe my camera is faulty. I don't know.
I'm trying to see where. Whoops. I'm trying to see where the focus landed, though.
I think here.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was looking at the metal down here, but yeah, it's definitely up here in the tree. Okay.
You know what? I think I was using this part here to focus, and
you probably ended up using some of the tree, the bark or something, because you probably saw it repeated. And like, I do that sometimes if things look so similar, and you're focusing and you pull it over and you think, oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't really know, but I think I have another one in portrait mode.
Oh, the same thing?
Yeah. I know it's not interesting.
It is. It's interesting. There's flowers in a tree. That's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
I think it is. I mean, I have two of this moment.
Yeah, why not?
Moving on. Oh, that's beautiful.
But even this one is not perfectly in focus.
Yeah.
Man, this sucks. But you know,
but it is kind of in focus, and it looks, yeah.
Yeah. But you know, my eyes are also not great. I should wear contacts or glasses when I shoot on the rangefinder.
That's definitely crucial.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, we'll keep it going. Oh, is that the last photo?
No.
Oh, I think I'm still zoomed in.
Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that. I'm gonna keep it going.
Yeah, moving on here, please.
So this is great when you do that. Everybody's seen that before. Whoa! Uh-oh, aliens.
Yeah, just crop
off here. And we'll make it a square.
Make it high contrast, black and white.
Yes.
You're an artist.
Boom. Okay, so you guys know what I was going for there. Is she talking on her iPad?
I'm not sure. I think they this is part of the tour.
Woo!
There's probably a tour guide.
Yeah.
And this is what they all have to listen to some audio.
Oh, I see.
Not a tour guide.
Oh yeah, I see. It's an audio tour. That's cool. Okay, so we finished the one block on that note. You might have another photo in there, maybe it's possible because of the way that it's arranged, but we walked out and I took this image outside because we said we were going to continue to finish the rolls and just go on with the episode. So this is the first photo I shot outside. I just liked what was going on outside. The colors were really nice, and I was using a film that I hadn't really used before. Shout out to Gajan Blonde for hooking me up. He gave me some really great hookup at Henry's Camera in Toronto. Plug. So yeah, this is Superior 400. And yeah, I wanted to see what the colors look like. So yeah, you have another shot here.
Yeah.
And it's wrapping a baby. That's pretty interesting. Like, why is the baby's face covered? Yeah. It was cold, people.
Yeah.
This is in the diner.
Oh yeah.
This is cool. It's a little too orange. The film is probably not meant to be shot indoors, clearly.
Yeah.
It's not balanced for it.
But it looks fine. It's only a bit unfortunate that his head is a bit blurry.
Yeah.
From the low shutter speed.
Yeah, and I think I might have put I put on the lens, the Samarin. That was a f5.6 at this point.
Okay.
So it was impossible to, you know, that's why it's so blurry, because it was like shot at an 1/8 of a second or 15th of a second or something like that. So
yeah. Yeah, so you see, I also took a shot here.
This is nice. It's like a lot more. How did you get past the gate?
I have a small lens.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't this one, but
gotcha.
It barely fitted through the fence.
So there's one thing I will say about our frames and our cameras that I'm noticing that constantly repeated is that using aperture priority really doesn't give you a great exposure, right? Like all of our photos have these hot spots. Oops, god damn it.
Yeah, but this is a difficult scene for aperture priority.
Definitely, definitely. But that's what I'm saying. It's like when we use aperture priority, this is the outcome. You know what I mean? So if you were shooting something more serious than a YouTube video, would you use aperture priority or?
No, but I also I pretty much know where it's metering in the frame. But on this one, I wasn't thinking about it because I don't know. I just wasn't thinking about, because it's not an important shot for me.
No, man.
And I know that
But the smoke is cool. Look at that. That's super cool.
Yeah, and you know, if I scan it myself, I know I can bring back some of that.
Gotcha. That information.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, so now we are on the street.
We're at 5th Avenue.
Finishing the roll.
Finishing the rolls. I saw this lady walking into this light. You know, again, if I would have shot this outside of aperture priority, I would have darkened this enough that she would have been completely isolated, but...
Yeah, on this street, I actually did shoot a little bit of POV for myself with the GoPro.
Oh, okay.
But it's not on your video, but it will be in my vlog.
Okay. Yes.
And then I talk about my process when I shoot scenes like this, when it's very contrasted. You don't know if you should expose for the sun or the shadow.
Gotcha.
Then I had like 2 settings, you know, for against the sun and with the sun.
Gotcha.
But
you have to watch this video to figure that one out.
If I even use it.
So you guys may never know. Oh, you were shooting at night.
Yeah, I just wanted to see.
Cool though.
I just wanted to see how the film works at night and if I can hold the camera stable enough.
Yeah.
And what I like is that the highlights bloom similar to Cinestill.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's super cool. What film is this?
This is all the Lomography 800. Which I heard someone saying that it is Kodak Gold 800. It kind of looks like it, so it could be. I'm not sure, but I was using it in Japan for the first time, and I was actually shooting at night, and I had similar results, and I really liked it. So maybe that's a good alternative if you
kind of like what's going on here, right? It's so nice, the colors and everything.
Yeah. I see. When I see something, I try to shoot it, even though I don't like it that much, just to see how it looks like. Developed and scanned.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with film, when you're trying something out, it's like, oh, this is a cool scene, and it does, like, it pays off. Now you know what the lights look like. You know how the colors render at night, like sunset.
Yeah,
that's
like for
cool.
Next time I shoot something like that, I would probably push the exposure compensation -1 or 2, because most of the middle part of the frame is in the shadow. So.
Okay. You know,
I kind of like this one.
Yeah.
A little bit of movement going on.
Movement. I'm just testing it out again. Yeah. Same thing. The shadows were pretty.
Beanie is glowing.
Yeah.
How's the audio, by the way?
Yeah, this is straight up GoPro, guys. We do not have a mic right now. Maybe I'll use the audio from the computer, whichever one's going to be better.
The GoPro will definitely be better.
It'll definitely be better.
Maybe you have to use my audio from my GoPro for me, and you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Going back to what Sam just said about testing it out. Like, I've never tried this film before, and I really wanted to see this moment as a test in it.
This is a very popular film for street photography.
Yeah, there's some photos coming up that really take advantage of the color that I really dig. So, I actually saw this guy and his dog. His dog was all over everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, this was just like, you know, I'm often looking for stuff like that, like interactions, but they don't happen that often. So sometimes I don't take a picture the whole day, and I get frustrated, especially when I'm on a trip like this, like here in New York, because I only have a few days. And of course I want to shoot photos, but I don't live here, so I don't see stuff like that on a regular basis. So when it happens, I'm like, oh shit, take a photo. Yeah. I'm not 100% happy with the framing, but I kind of like just the moment.
Yeah, I'm torn between that because I do feel the same way. Like I always say you can only take when life gives, and that's especially with the wide angle lens. And it's so difficult because it means you spend a lot of time not shooting, you know. And then in those moments, it's like I want to slap on a 50mm and just get abstract, but like I also don't want to do that. I just want to stick to my style.
That's why what I heard on Craig Whitehead, 6 Feet Under. I think he was in doing some interview or something. He did some video. Maybe it was Kai.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think they did a video, and then he was saying reason why he shoots 50 a lot is because if he shoots wide, then he has to wait for some more complex moments, and with a 50 you can basically be more creative. Yeah,
you can make whatever you want. The fabricator troops. There we go.
Oh, you took that? Yeah.
The street scene. It's a little crooked. Snapped it kind of fast. As you can see, there's 3 helmets here. I was trying to line them up. I was hoping that it would read a little bit better, but I guess the film, it's interesting. You see it's like dark yellow there, and then it fades, and it's a taupe in the back. But yeah, I tried. I think I came back to this spot again and tried again. Yeah. I like the yellow. Wait, did you take this?
Yeah. Where's yours? Do you have this?
Oh, I think I shot it on digital because it was getting too dark for me to shoot the film because I had it rated at 400. So yeah, that's so funny. I think I took the same photo. That's hilarious. That's cool. Cool.
Oh, I like the colors.
Yeah, I was really trying to isolate some moments and add a lot of dimension to it. So I was really stacking. You can see the New Balance sign, the guy in the orange. There was a shovel on here that I really wanted to get, and then this, and then the darkness. So yeah, this is me playing around with the 28 and trying to get comfortable with it.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's something different.
Yeah.
This was another test shot, seeing how much dynamic range I would have.
I really like this shot because this guy looks like a poster, because everything in this looks like advertisement. Like it's just like a ton of and then there's just a guy staring into the frame, but it looks like he's flat. It doesn't look like he has any dimension to him.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
And you know, all these photos they helped me improve because I was framing this part here. I don't know what to call it.
Crane.
Yeah, and it was inside the frame when I took it, but now it's out of the frame. So it means I should.
Well, was that a 40 or 28?
28.
Oh, I see.
So
that's interesting.
A little bit more ground than I wanted. Not enough headroom.
Yeah. I like it though.
You were going for some reflections?
I was going for some reflections, and this was just a moment. It was kind of a throwaway. This person had just stepped out of the frame as I was getting it. There were 2 people in there. And you know, you gotta try things, and this is why it's real difficult to try things with film. You know what I mean? It's you don't really know if it's gonna turn out the way that you want it. When you shoot digital, you can check your screen and recompose, but in these moments I just took one. I probably could have got it better if I would have stayed a little bit longer, but you know, nature of the beast. I remember this shot.
Yeah, I mean everything is new for me in New York. Traffic lights, and I don't know why they're wrapped.
I don't either. But I think that's the perfect approach. When you go somewhere new, oftentimes I feel lost when I first get there. So I remind myself, to warm up, take pictures of everything that stands out as something that's foreign to you. You know what I mean? So I'll like photograph, like when I go to Japan, I'm gonna photograph the pipes and the street signs and the taxis because it all stands out, and then that gets you like, okay,
that is the stuff that is part of the city, part of the character of the city. So why not?
It starts to get you acclimated, right? Because now you're tuning your eye for what stands out in a way.
I think I saw you taking a shot on it.
Yeah, you were standing right next to me when I took this photo. I was just trying to line people up in a way. Again, with the 28mm, I wanted some layers, and
it was a Street Max going on. You know Street Max?
Yeah, you showed me his stuff. I was hoping that other people would be going in the opposing direction too, so it would add a little more. But my timing was terrible, so.
This is just a, I'm a tourist shot.
I don't know if this was like completely your aesthetic. I think it'd be really interesting because it's so jam packed. You know what I mean? I kind of dig that sometimes, like really clean frames from back that a lot of geometry and lines.
It's not clean. It's not.
I mean, it's a little crooked, and maybe you need to come over a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing when you shoot 28. It's so hard to get everything straight, especially on rangefinder.
Definitely. I tried again and I still couldn't get it.
Nice light.
But very nice light. Sam's very into butts these days. Butts in New York.
Like those butts.
It's gonna be a coffee table book.
Oh yeah. Actually, I have some Japanese butts too.
There you go.
I don't know. It's just stuff that looks interesting when you see it.
Yeah.
And then, also in my head, I knew I had to finish the row because we were supposed to do another one block, right? So I was thinking, I need to finish my row.
Yeah, so the plan originally was to shoot a whole new episode because this one was so bad. But then I realized, you know what? Why? That's the reality. You know what I mean? We're not gonna try and put ourselves out there like, every shot we take is incredible. Sometimes these rolls are a throwaway. This roll, I mean, I like some of these photos, but
what?
No, this is perfect. Negative? This is not a throwaway. This is hanging up. We're gonna hang this. But no, I just didn't want to fake the funk. I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just show the photos. So here we are. Yeah, there you go. I mean, she's wearing like a fucking Dunkin' Donuts hat. Why did I take this photo? I have no clue.
At least motion blur on film looks so much better than.
It does, and this fur looks crazy. Yeah. It looks like a possum.
Oh yeah.
But really, I was going for the reflections back here this morning. New York.
So again, just to see how it looks.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that the blacks are not really deep black, and it's kind of faded. But I'm very happy that the highlights bloom so much. So I can definitely see myself using Lomography 800 more during the night. Yeah,
these blooms are awesome. I haven't. That's mine.
That's also New York.
That's also very New York. The street signs are getting really, really peely and tattered all over the city. But I really like the light that was going on here and the colors. So again, this is a photo just to see how it looked. I saw the moment, and I'm not going to do anything with this, but I just really wanted to see it, so I took it. Oh, that's cool.
I mean, my first time at Times Square, so of course I have to shoot the touristy photos.
Absolutely, and what do you know? Beetlejuice is on Broadway. Thank you for shooting this, because I would have never known.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool,
just the light was hitting so nice.
Progress.
Yeah. The light was hitting nice, so I had to photograph it, and these things kind of stood out, and they were stacked really nicely. They were all obviously the same height, but they were staggered. Yeah, 28.
Yeah, it's definitely very dynamic.
If there was a person in this frame, I would love this image.
Oh, yeah.
There was no one was
At the
coming
door,
from anywhere.
maybe?
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
door would have been great, or even in that even in this corner here would have been cool.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just fire and then test it out, and then hopefully maybe somebody comes in.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
after I shot it, I was looking for people, and I knew there was no way for anybody
Yeah.
to get there. So
But now you know how the light looks like at a certain time at this spot, so you can come back and try again.
Absolutely. You took a photo with these ladies, didn't you?
Huh?
Didn't you take a photo with them?
No, it's different.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm racist.
Why?
Were they not also Asian? The other women?
Latino man.
Oh, I'm definitely racist. Oh, they're oh, whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah. No, it's blurry anyways. There's another one from them.
From them?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you got close.
You know, 28. Gotta get close. Yeah, she looks cool. You know, it's a little time warp. These flares though are insane, man. You get a light flare in your film camera and it just degrades immediately.
Yeah, if you're into like good contrast,
Yeah.
then you really have to use a lens hood.
Yeah.
Be more careful, but you know the sun is. We can see the sun, so this happens.
Yeah, it happens. I just would have liked her face to be like.
Yeah.
Because look, I mean that lipstick and everything, these glasses and that schnoz.
Yeah.
I was like,
But I heard somewhere that some film photographers they never shoot against the sun.
Mm?
You know,
Oh,
always
wow.
with the sun because
Because of this.
Because of this. But I do the same as you probably will see in the next one. No. not yet.
That's cool. I like this image actually because I like this little girl looking at you.
Yeah, because I took so long to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the framing. Like I tend to cut off the feet.
Mm.
Yeah, when I shoot film, I really need to be more careful.
It's hard because the frame. It's really hard to see your whole frame. I get that a lot. It just kind of drives me crazy a bit.
Nice.
Yeah, I shot this guy a few times actually. I haven't seen this one yet. I think I might have shot him a couple times. But again, these colors are so awesome. And this film is like, you can see it's a little bit more magenta, right? The blues all have a bit magenta in them. So
yeah, and you see white people have like a magenta skin.
Definitely. I wish I would have cleaned this up a little bit more, but hey, that's where it
I
is.
like that you can see his face.
Yeah.
Because when I saw this, I was like, ooh, it's kind of nice to not see his face, you know. That was on the other side.
Oh, just his arm. Oh, you shot him too?
No, I don't. I think so.
Very similar, like people holding
but
stuff.
this is so boring because if this would be like a funny picture in the frame,
or like a mirror.
Yeah, or like a mirror, exactly. But I was just like, oh, something different happened.
Yeah, somebody's doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have to figure out how to photograph it so that it's interesting, right? Like that's the challenge. You see something interesting, and then you gotta like jump, start looking for angles. Just some layers, some protests, more colors, some depth. Just wanted to see. Oh, this is good. You need to get in there though. This is like, oh, they're both in like these kind of furry style jackets. That's so cool.
They were next to me because I was crossing the street and they're standing next to me. I was like, oh, I gotta shoot this kid.
Do you mind if I crop this? I just want to see what this looks like if it was just.
No, that's too much.
This is so cinematic. Let's go panorama with it.
And the thing is here, I knew that if I don't expose for the shadow a bit more, I couldn't recover the details in the face, you know?
Yeah.
At least you can see it. So I'm happy that it worked.
That's so cool. Yeah.
No, but I like that the kid's face is on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved that the people in the background are a bit more better placed. Oh shit, now it's ruined. Fuck.
I was like, damn, that he's got some good style. What's he doing back there looking all cool and shit? Sorry, man.
No.
Well, I mean, this face though, her face is everything. Like it's so good.
A bit unhappy about what's happening here.
Yeah, it's a lot of flaring.
This guy, yes, totally.
This guy here and all of this here.
No, but I like this person. Like a little bit of. Yeah, and the backlight actually makes it work, I guess, because the buildings are not lit in the background. So the brightest part is here, and your focus goes more down to this.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And the edge light is kind of nice.
A lot of babies in this frame.
Yeah.
Might not be able to show this on YouTube. A nice flat composition. This guy looks super interesting, but again, aperture priority got the worst of me.
And his face is difficult.
It's very difficult, but the way I saw it in my head, I could have exposed it properly myself manually, because I wanted it all dark, and I just wanted his face.
So you knew that his face would be in the sun?
Yeah, because you see these streaks. His face was in the sun for a while, so when I lined it up to take the photo, I was hoping the center weighted, what do you call it, spot metering or whatever would have caught his face or any of these. But really what I should have done in this moment was pointed the camera up towards something like this and grab that exposure and then recompose the image, because then it would have exposed for the highlights as opposed to these shadows here, and that's why his face is blown out.
Yeah, but you could probably save this if you scan the film.
Possibly, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna shoot it with the GFX. Let's see.
Okay.
But oh, this is cool.
Nah, this is a spot that was very cool, and there was so much happening. Like, I don't want to be that guy that said, you know, then this happened and this happened, but I didn't capture it. But I regret not being ready, because I think I told you this, that there was a guy with a dog going this way and another guy with the dog going this way. Then the two dogs were jumping at each other, and then because the line was too short, they were like stopped in mid-air, and it was so crazy. This one guy and the dog was like looking behind it, and the other guy, I don't know, I couldn't see his face, but it was, the dynamic was so awesome, and the light was perfect. And I was standing a little bit more on the right, but I had the perfect spot. But I had my camera here, and I was like,
just watching it all. It's cool. I like these. There's these like little color cues that kind of repeat themselves in the frame a lot, like the post-nobills and her orange.
Ah, that's a nice detail that I didn't even consider.
Yeah, but even the dog, this film is very golden.
Yeah,
right? It has such gold tones to it. It's like very warm. She kind of ties into the wall here, the blues and the chase, like just across the frame. There's a lot of repeated color tones, and I kind of like that.
I think after this shot, the dog actually maybe peed on the wall or something like that. So you know, I could have waited a bit. But the thing is, I'm not sure if Joel Meyerowitz was saying that. Probably that like a corner like this is very good to shoot, because you have people from one side and the other side, and sometimes some people collide to each other, and there's stuff happening. So you could just wait here,
work a corner.
Yeah, work a corner. So maybe we do a one corner series.
And we just have the same photos.
Yeah.
Oh, this is me trying again, and my fucking hand in the shot. Those are my fingers, ladies and gentlemen. That's me getting too excited and taking the photo before I could actually compose it, because hey, you know, that happens sometimes. There you go. I fixed it. But again, these colors, I think I'm really into this film. I really like the colors that it puts out in magenta. I'm not mad at it at all. Moving on. Oh, that's cool. It's interesting.
I mean, just the three trees alone were not interesting enough to me. So I was happy that someone is walking by, but ideally I would have liked a better connection to the trees. Maybe a guy who's one of the trees. I don't know.
He's like laying down on them or something.
No,
or he's just putting it down. Maybe put the trees
just
down.
Make some connections, but now it's all about the trees, and the guy is kind of red.
It's all about the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went after him again. I really like this one.
It's a nice pose of him.
Yeah, it's a nice pose. He looks like the Monopoly man.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I had in mind.
I also like this Daniela thing that's continued throughout the frame. It's kind of like creates a like nice cool zigzag here. Yeah, I like it. I could do without this side of the frame, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Maybe the cars also.
If somebody was just standing over here in the construction site, that would have been cool. But I was obsessed with this guy's blue getup with the yellow. I just wanted to keep photographing him. So I even went back to the spot a couple times to see if I can get him crossing with the wood again. And this was the second time I saw him crossing with the wood, so I ran over and got the photo behind him because I couldn't get there in time. Oh, that's a classic Fifth Avenue photo there. And if you were Bruce Gilden with a flash, yeah.
Oops. It's probably not close enough for Bruce Gilden then.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is Fifth Avenue, right? And of course, I have all these images in my head of Bruce Gilden, Gary Reedman, and so on. And a lot of people have very good style, like nice coats.
I mean, this woman's killing it. Look at this flower petal jacket here, and her red accents. Yeah.
But I wasn't. What I should have done is be more in front of people. Like you see, I was playing it safe with the guy here on the right. It's like behind him. It's like
yeah. It's difficult. I always want to be in front of people, but you're gonna jump in front of a lady with a cane and like, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, if you're that guy and you get that photo, great. But like, it's also understandable to not jump in these.
It's a very difficult skill, and you have to be very comfortable stopping people on their tracks.
For sure.
Because you will do that. If it's worth it for the photo, go for it. But for me, this wasn't.
It wasn't that moment.
No, she isn't even that interesting. It's just like, ooh, nice red.
Yeah.
You know, let's take one of these photos.
I do like this woman's smirk here, and it does make you wonder if you would have gotten their face like right in front of them, they would have looked dead at you, and they would have been like, that would have made it right. It would have made it instantly more interesting because of that connection.
But you see the light and the contrast is super nice because it's with the light, with the sun.
I wish these were two also old white ladies holding hands too.
Yeah, 50 minutes. Let's go.
50 minutes. I'm gonna cut this down to 10, and it'll just be quick quips about it, or maybe this will turn into another episode. Who knows? So yeah, I shot through a ladder.
Oh, it's a ladder.
That's a ladder. Yeah, it was hanging there sideways. So I was like, oh, let me wait till some people walk in.
It kind of looks like it is. It is in the distance, you know. This is the.
It looks like columns, right?
Yeah.
Wow, it is trippy, huh? Nope, this was all the way across the street in front of me, but it was blurry. So, but it looks like cement columns, like in Rome or something, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
You know, master photographers, they create illusions. They do things that fuck with your eyes, and you don't understand what you're looking at for weeks, for days at a time.
The colors way off. The beanie was much more pink, reddish.
Looks neon.
Yeah, I mean you saw this when I took this. It was too fast, and I saw her 10 minutes earlier or so. And I could have gotten a much better shot, but I was a pussy and I didn't do it.
Happens.
And when I saw it, I was like, no, I will.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you took a photo.
Yeah, I took a photo of him. I took a photo and I played it safe. When you took a photo and you didn't play it safe and you got yelled at.
Is it the next one? No.
It's probably the next one.
No, not yet.
This is a good one. There you go, more butts.
More butts.
More butts.
It's not how I remember it. It's much less interesting than I remember it.
You know why it's interesting though? Because what does his sign say with his red glasses and his matching iPhone case?
Yeah.
I have no clue what that says.
He has ALS.
Oh, okay.
I think he was sitting there today too. But see, my focus is okay. But when I took this, I thought I was off. because I was only at 2 meters.
No, you nailed it. Text is sharp.
But they are not in focus. But it's not, doesn't matter. Yeah.
There's your frame.
Yeah, he just woke up. Saw me. Because I
But
was
didn't
waiting
you get one that before this moment too? You got two.
No, I was waiting because there were always people in front of him. And I wanted a clean shot, like his books, and him sleeping peacefully. And then he woke up.
Yeah,
and he was
said
like,
that you were gonna get rich for this photo.
Oh yeah.
He said Samuel was gonna make money for this photo, and he would get nothing.
It's so stupid.
That's just not the way it is.
You can't do that. No, it's public space. Yeah, but you can't do that.
He wanted money. He said, "Got a nice book bag, man. You dress nice."
Yeah.
Oh, I think that was
nice
it.
shoes and nice. I think didn't he meant you because I'm not sure if I have. You have probably nicer clothes at that time, right?
I didn't take the photo, to his knowledge.
Yeah.
I think that's the last image.
Yeah.
That was the last photo you took?
Yeah.
Oh, they're both yours. Look at that. Boom. All right. Well,
that's it.
That concludes it, guys. Yeah. That concludes the one block series. I'm not. Let's think about this for a second here. Well, that's it. Now you know our thoughts on these images that we took. The last time I did this video was with Gajan, and everybody said that they wanted a review of the photos after the fact, but these were piss poor.